Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading today. I'm Simon, and I'm going to be reading, as I say, for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And let's see what the spirits would like to say to our lovely Leos at this time. Show us, Spirit, what Leo needs to be aware of on their journey in June and July, the next few weeks ahead of us. Let's have a look. And I think we'll take this card. All right, so Leo, you have the High Priestess. Something going on in your world is asking you to look inwards, to reveal parts of yourself that you've kept in the shadow. And now some of these aspects of your character are being asked, or the situation you find yourself in requires you to open up to the shadow and let it out into the light. It will lift you, it will make you lighter, and eventually it'll bring you wisdom. You are surrounded by a garden, and there are pomegranates there. Basically, your life is okay. It's got a form of stability to it, but still, it doesn't look like it's actually making you happy. So again, life has put you in a situation where you have a choice to make. And if you like, the light is pushing you to move yourself forwards, and through a choice, you then have a more focused direction in your own life. The choice isn't going to be easy because it does come under the High Priestess. She is the holder of secrets, and it could be as well that at the moment, within how you feel, that you yourself are keeping certain bits of information to yourself. It may be that you're thinking it's wise to do so, say less, sit and wait for things to blow over, and then take action. But the thing is, you can only sit in this place for so long, and then it's going to be time for action. So let's have a look. You're obviously taking this situation seriously, Leo, by the way. It's nothing that is going to be easy. It's there's a pull for you here. There's a definite pull, and it looks to me like you guys are feeling it. And it's very much saying here, get in touch with your feelings, get in touch with your your dreams. Don't be afraid. Count yourself in rather than count yourself out, whatever that means to you. And whatever you're choosing will actually end up being for your highest good. There's a lesson here for you. You've got the Chariot driving you forwards. So there really is no going backwards now. There's no sort of trying to create an old situation out of the situation you find yourselves in now, because you're just not going to be allowed to create that cozy past, if you like, or that sense of I'd like things to be as they were. No, they're moving forwards, and just as I said to you here, um, you are having to choose between light and dark. Let your shadow side out. Don't be afraid. Don't work with fear. And your willpower is backing this up by asking you, which do you choose? You have to make a conscious decision here. There's no getting away from it. Life isn't going to provide you with the answer. It's going to ask you to grab hold of that answer and try and be sure within yourself that it's what you want. Don't give up. 7 of Wands. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on what you want. Don't give up on who you want. There may be barriers up at the moment, things in your way, and you may have to push a few challenges out of the way. You may have to find strengths that you didn't know you had, but you have them. You just haven't used them. And these strengths lie in the shadow, because once, for example, you're aware, let's say, that you have certain fears around a situation, and you're really aware of that, and you allow your shadow side to speak to you and tell you sort of what it is that's actually holding you back within the shadow. Once you're aware of that, you've got light in the matter, and then you can actually take control and not be pushed around by the situation, but by your own judgment. There's the situation here, which is one which has already sort of been constructed, because it comes under the 4 of Wands. It's, let's say, partially constructed, because this is still relatively new, this situation or relationship that you're dealing with, and it has the possibility of becoming something with strong foundations in your life. However, it's still near the beginning, so you may have known somebody a while and now it's time to move into a more stable situation. Or you may find yourself that you have created a stable situation within your own life. You're happy with your home and excuse me, you're basically happy with your life as it is. Whichever way, whether you've chosen what you feel is the right partner or the right home situation for yourself, this card is saying there is promise here for better things to come. It's very much connected to give and take, actually. How much do you want to give into the situation, into the relationship, invest in the person that you want to be with or you're getting to know? Also, learning to give and take is a complicated thing, because sometimes it's easier to give and than take, because give puts you in control, and accepting puts us in the role of having to receive, and that's not always easy for some people, especially those who are givers. So there's something here which says, what is it that you want? Do you want to give, or do you want to take? What is your aim in the situation? And this is what you've got to figure out, Leo, for yourselves. There's just no getting away from it. You have a person here that you're dealing with. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, quite honestly. Could be a blondishy, brownishy haired person you're dealing with. Whatever it is, though, this person has in some way made up their mind. You see how she's holding her sword? It's very upright. the communication that's coming forth is probably going to be short, sharp, and to the point. And it could be that you yourself are also on that similar vibration of getting to the point, get it out, be straightforward about things. But either way, each person involved is looking for what is the actual truth or the reality. And this lady doesn't want it sugar coated. Or if you're feeling like truth is being stirred up in you, then you don't want to sugarcoat it. I mean, no, it looks like the truth. It's just got to be the truth, really. There is a connection to quite a psychic lady here, in the sense that you may have a mum, for example, who is quite psychic or sensitive to other people's feelings and good at picking up what's going on in the room, so to speak. There is somebody here, if you like, who you see as strong partnership material. The Empress. The Empress is all the queens wrapped up into one. She's figured things out. She's she knows what independence means to her, and she's comfortable with that. She's got a nice home, nice surroundings. She's managed to achieve things in her life, and she's at a point where she can settle back a bit and feel good about where she's arrived. Of course, Leo, this lady also is saying here she's very tired. We've got the Four of Swords reversed. Her energy is reviving though, and is becoming more positive than perhaps it was of late. Could be recovering from a health situation as well. You might be feeling mentally exhausted in looking for answers or trying to figure out where this is all leading. Mentally, you're a bit taxed at the moment, Leo. And so a few days rest mentally is probably a really good idea before you get back into the fray. Also, I believe you're going to go through some glass double doors, or it could be just double doors that you're going through, or you may just be sitting near patio doors when you listen to this reading, actually. But I see you by double doors, and the doors are slowly opening for you, but they are in the distance. I think we could be a few months away yet from you stepping into, I'm going to say, a new, happier, perhaps more abundant situation eventually. It's just that it might be mentally taxing for you. Okay, let's have a look. We've got two cards that fell to the ground. Okay, so now we have the partner. So here we have two strong people, both represented by swords. It may be also that you're dealing a lot with air signs anyway at the moment, which can be it can be Gemini, it could be Libra, it could be Aquarius. But whoever you're dealing with, they're an equal match in strength to you right now. And you both want the truth. You both want to face the truth. But the truth may actually be different for you than it is for this partner. However, it's the truth, and so it has to be accepted because that's the truth as understood by the people involved. It feels to me here like, oh, we have this doubled up, the card of a happy home. So if you are thinking about partnering up, or you have a stable relationship, then there's more stability ahead for you. There is a happy home for you, and it's coming very, very slowly under the Knight of Pentacles. I think you might see a development around the time of Virgo, which is August, September time. Could be quite relevant actually to a more settled, stable time, perhaps mentally as well. And things are starting to be figured out and make a little bit more sense by then. It may take a few weeks to work the logistics out, but it does feel like it's going to come and it is lasting. So whoever you are paired up with, it is your love, if you like. It's somebody who is either coming in or is in your life, and you're equally matched, which means that you certainly both have strong characters, but you interest each other enough to want to keep things going. You're both a little bit protective over your hearts, so it means letting your defenses down, and that's not easy, but it's not impossible, because as you let your defenses down, in fact, what you're doing is you're revealing yourself to each other, and that is creating the possibility of happiness. But it could be painful as you reveal yourselves to each other. Painful, but worth it. Worth it. I think the next few weeks for you, Leo, are really about sorting out your head, being pretty sure of what you want to focus your energy into. And I think for the time being, it's going to be a relationship situation that perhaps you're focusing on just that little bit more than career at the moment. Although that's not to say you're not ambitious, because you definitely are ambitious here, Leo. But it's like you may have time or want to put your energy towards your own emotional happiness and stability, and quite rightly so. It should be like that. Be truthful, excuse me, be respectful of yourself, and give yourself the opportunity to be happy. Deny yourself not what you want. You can go after it, but remember, if you don't go after it, Leo, then it wasn't for you. And so be happy with your choice if that's what you've chosen. It just may not be easy to move on. I'm taking the shaman cards, and the offering from Spirit for you from the shaman cards are the eagle, which is about the bigger picture. It's the bigger picture, being able to see overall what's going on and link different situations and understand how they link up with each other to bring you to where you are now. It's also about paying attention to the details, because we could get lost in the bigger picture and not really understand how we can give birth and create more of what we want. So we need to pay attention to the details, see what works, see what doesn't. And we must remember as well, the eagle gets what it wants, but it's very, very focused. And once once the eagle has spotted its prey, it's not going to give up and it's not going to let go. And this is kind of where you're at the moment. You're not giving up, you're not letting go. If that's the case, Leo, and you understand this, then it's about the bigger picture as well as the details. So at the moment, if you like, within your overall picture and the context of what's happening in the world at the moment, you can be tenacious. You can make a difference, this card is saying. As regards the detail, what do you nest on? Because nurture comes from your home, from your emotions, from feeling strong in the situation that you're living in. That gives you the strength to go and battle the world, if you like, to look at the bigger picture. But your strength comes from your roots. And that's, I feel, what these next 2, 3, 4 weeks is about. It's about strengthening your roots and cutting away with distraction, if you like, focusing on your own strengths, and then see where you are best rooted to bring those strengths out to shine. You're being asked to shine, Leo. You're being asked to be that sun, that radiant sun that lives within you. Now's your time. Now's your time. It's you don't need to be held up by relationship issues. You don't need to feel that you should be afraid of making your home life the best home life you can possibly have, which is this. You're being asked to focus on your roots, your home, and what brings you happiness. Because once you connect to that happiness, so much more will be possible. So much more, Leo. So with that, I'm going to leave you, and I hope this helps you, and I wish you all the best for the next few weeks ahead, and I'll see you here again in maybe a few days' time. All right, thanks for listening. Bye for now.